All right, welcome to your 15-minute yoga flow with weights. So grabbing your light weights, 2s, 3s, or 5s, place them mid-mat, scooching up to the front of your mat and roll your way down piece by piece. When you arrive onto your back, scoot your heels closer to your bum, grab your weights, place them on your hips. Option to not use the weights, yeah? And then from here, lifting up to your bridge pose and lower down. So a total of 8, full range of motion. 6, 5. And keep squeezing glutes, lengthening through the tailbone. And then next time you lift, hold and just find little tiny pulses at the top. Total of 16, about 12 more. And really lengthening through the tail, feel a sense of heaviness in your heels. And then after the 16 pulses, slowly lower your way down. To make your way all the way down, reach the hands with the weights to the ceiling, palms facing forwards, and tabletop your legs, knees over hips. And starting with some chest presses, so bend your elbows wide and lower and lift the arms. An option to stay or start to alternate toe taps, right toes and left toes tapping down to a total of 8 with the toe taps. Keep the neck long, belly hugging in. And then from here, flip your palms towards each other and connect them and start to reach the weight overhead. And triceps, you're going to bend and extend the arms. So the elbows are kind of just above the chin area, and you want to really stabilize the shoulder blades down. This one can get quite exciting, so be mindful. Option to just have one weight instead of the 2. And then we'll just lower those arms down beside you and hug your knees to chest. Rock side to side. And then from here, draw your nose up towards your knees and then roll up like a ball up and down the spine a few times. And then make your way into a seated butterfly. Couple big breaths here. And then when you're ready, sweep your legs behind you, coming to all fours. Moving through a few cat-cows, round and arc your spine. I prefer to untuck the toes. It's really up to you though if you want to tuck or untuck. And then make your way to a downward facing dog. Find that length from wrist creases to sit bones, really expanding through the spine here. Big breaths. And then slowly make your way to the front of your mat and bring the weights with you. Relax your neck and upper back. Inhale, halfway lift, and then bend the knees, find your chair pose and grab the weights with the robot arms. From here, just open and close the arms like you're opening a book, kind of. Be like a book if you're on the busy transit. Keep the neck long and then sit into a chair, bum low, come onto your right tiptoes and step the right foot way back. Arms extend and finding your reverse flies, open and close the arms. Keep the neck long. So you're working on feeling the upper back and arms, but try to keep the neck disengaged. If you want a little bit more excitement, lift and lower your back leg as you lift and lower your arms. Finding your breath. Full range of motion. And then lift up, hold, and pulse the elbows and your right leg up. Always think about lifting from your inner thigh, and sometimes you might fall, and that's okay. Reach the toes back and stack shoulders over hips. From here, cactus your arms, and then punch them up, and then bend the elbows again. And from here, option to add the legs, so legs straighten, and then knees bend. Keep the neck long, feeling the upper back engage, finding your breath. And then staying low, pulse the hands up, just up and down an inch, finding stillness through the lower body. And always find the setup that works for you. Keep that pulse going. And then when you're ready, rope with the arms into the rib cage, place the weights down, step back, downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa, rippling forwards to plank pose. Come all the way or halfway down to the belly. Find your back bend, and then tuck your toes, pull the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. From here, lift your right leg up high and step your right foot in between your hands. Root the back heel down to 90 degrees, grab the weights and rising up. Start with triceps, connect your hands, lift the arms overhead, and lift and lower the arms. Now try to keep the upper arms pretty still here and keep the sense of spaciousness through chest, so you feel the upper back engaged but not the neck. And then after the 8 full ranges of motion, we pulse the hands up just behind the head. Comes in handy if you need to blow dry your hair. Okay, moving into biceps. So extend the front leg straight, externally rotate the arm, and reach the arm forwards, back. Option 1 or 2 weights. Depends on a lot of factors, how you're feeling today. Nice. Find that range of motion. And then halfway bend and full range of motion bicep curls. So when you reach the elbow further away from you, it becomes a little bit more exciting. Watch you're not using momentum, so can you have control of the whole range of motion? Bend, extend, then pulse the knuckles up to the ceiling for a final little exciting pulse for this side. Keep the neck out of it, little tiny lifts. And when you're ready, place the weights down to the mat, step to the front of your mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. And bend the knees, grab your weights, robot arms, and standing up. Palms face up this time and externally rotate the arms out and in. So externally rotating away from the midline. Keep the belly hugging in. And then sit into your chair again, rise into your left tiptoe, step the left foot way back, extend the arms, reverse fly, but now the palms face forward. So changes it up a little bit. And start with just 4 without the leg. Then if you want to add the leg lifts, you can lift and lower your left leg. Again, it's optional. The focus here is arms. Legs are just extra. Always finding your breath. And then when you're ready, lift, hold, find a little pulse at the top, little tiny lifts. Making it just that much more exciting, but option for stillness instead if that doesn't work for you. And step the left foot way back, stack shoulders over hips, long spine, cactus your arms again. This time, sweep your forearms forwards and wide. And then extend and bend your legs, your knees if you need a little bit more today. And then stay low. Forearms stay in front of you, pulse the knuckles up. And then when you're ready, hinge forwards, place the weights down gently, step back, downward facing dog. Option to stay or move through your vinyasa, your plank, coming all the way down to your belly or halfway. Find your back bend and then pull back to downward facing dog. Now I prefer to tuck the toes first rather than roll over them. It's just a little bit more comfortable for the feet. Settle on your downward dog. And then when you're ready, left leg this time rises. Step the left foot between your hands, back heel roots down. Grab your weights, lifting up those robot arms. Shorter lever is nicer for the body. And then reach the arms overhead, hands connect for the triceps again. Lift and lower. And I find this movement comes in handy throughout the day if you're ever lifting something from overhead that's a little bit heavier. And then finding your little tiny pulses at that halfway point. Again, option for stillness. They're interchangeable. Keep the core engaged, keep the upper back engaged. And then change it into bicep. So 1 or 2 weights in the left hand. Externally rotate the arm. And then extend the leg as the elbow comes in. And then bend the knee as you reach forwards. Always finding your breath. So when it's a longer range of motion, I like to do 4 to 8 ranges. And when you're ready, find that bicep curl. Elbow stays away from the rib cage. Yeah, so when bigger range of motion, 8 or 4, and then smaller range of motion, like pulsing the knuckles up to the ceiling, which is where we're at now, finding about 16. Keeping the neck out of it. And then grab your weights, place them down, and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Press to rise, big stretch, arms reach overhead. Thumbs pull down to sternum. Rising up onto your tiptoes and slowly lower down to your squat. Arms extend out in front of you, heels down, bum down, boat pose. Find that length and slowly lower down to low boat, belly hugs in, and lift up to high boat. If lifting up is challenging, grab your legs and make it a little bit easier. Nice, a few more here, lower and lift. And then lower, pause, and roll your way down. Shake it out. From here, come into a figure 4 or thread the needle. Right foot to left thigh. Hug your left thigh to chest. Let yourself settle. If you feel your knee back off a bit, the goal here is to feel the outer hip stretch. And then when you're ready, switching sides, left foot, right thigh. Hug your right thigh to chest. Relax it down, hug your knees to chest. And then we'll just do a slow motion windshield wipe. So feet mat distance wide, arms beside you, and just drop your knees to the right and left. Rinsing out the hips, low back and belly. And then when you're ready, extend your limbs up to the ceiling, give a little shake out to arms and legs, let all that stuff go. And then find your final resting shape. Lying down with the arms out long and legs out long. Find your breath, take any sighs with the mouth you need, and let that all settle. And when you're ready, stretch your arms overhead, find movement through your body, and roll your way up. And that is your 15 minutes yoga flow with weights. Thanks. See you again soon.